Hello, my name is Hamad, and welcome to Neural Code, Day 2. Today we continue our journey. It's clear that you are ready to learn more. If you are new to this channel, make sure to start from Day 1, because all videos are somehow connected to each other. Anyhow, let's start this video. I am assuming you have already downloaded Xcode from Day 1 video. But if you haven't, open App Store and type Xcode in the search text field. Select Xcode and download. Let's open Xcode, and this is the first thing it will appear. You can either create a new Xcode project or open an existing one. Let's create a new Xcode project. By default, Xcode will suggest to create or start a new project with a ready template. For example, here it's already select single view application. You can change it to master detailed view or tabbed view or a game and so on. Let me show you an example of these templates. These templates are similar to these. The detailed view is similar to sidebars. You have the master view and detailed view. For tabbed view, it's similar to WhatsApp, Instagram apps, and so on. Let's go back to Xcode. Apple have many operating systems. For example, you can select iOS to build an app for iPhone and iPad, watchOS for Apple Watch, tvOS for Apple TV, and macOS for Mac. Let's select iOS, select single view application, and click Next. Let's name the product Nural Code. You can name your product anything. If you have Apple program membership, you can select the team, but I will choose none. The organization identifier, it will be used to create and generate and create a unique identifier for your app. So any app in the App Store has a unique identifier. So make sure you have a unique one. Next, we have language. The language of a programming language. Okay, so we will definitely choose Swift because it's new, and yeah, Objective-C is very old, but there are a lot of companies still using Objective-C. The user interface is the design that you will use. So storyboard is our option, but in the upcoming videos, after you get familiar with everything about iOS development, we will I will give you an introduction to the Swift UI to know both. We will uncheck use core data because we are not going to use local database for our apps for now. And definitely check for unit and UI tests. Most developers don't have unit and UI tests. And these are very important because when you deliver your app to your customers, you have to make sure that you have no bugs. And these tools will help you. Click Next, select Desktop, and make sure you create Git repository. Create. Voila! Welcome to Xcode. I want to make sure that this video is very simple, and I want to highlight very few things because as you can see, there are a lot. So I want you to know the basics first, And then once we go along with the upcoming videos, I will teach you more. All right? So in the middle, where your main panel, where your code, where your design, your assets, it's like a preview. Okay? The right hand side, when you need to customize when you need to configure anything. Okay? On the left hand side is where your folders, your files, your assets, and anything related to the project. As you can see, we have the Neural Code UI tests. Neural Code tests is for the unit tests, and the main folder for our project, which is the app. Here we have the get, which is the source control. I'll talk about it. I'll make sure that everything I say here, I will make a separate video to explain it more. You can search, you can you can find your issues, your errors for your code here. You can test, you can debug, you can add a breakpoint, and so on. Okay? So let's go to main.storyboard. Main.storyboard is your user interface. Okay? And this is how it looks like. You can add elements from plus button. You can add, for example, label. You can place it anywhere. As you can see, it shows you and guides you. It's very simple. All right. That's for storyboard. Your code. Let's go to viewcontrol.swift. This is how it looks like. As you can see, we have colorful text, and it means something. Okay. We have info.plist. Info.plist has a configuration for your app. It has your name, the app name, the identifier, and so on. Okay. If you select the project and go to the target, you can change the version of your app, the number of builds. I'll talk about everything I say here in the upcoming videos and explain this in separate videos to help you understand more. But for this introduction, I want to keep it very simple. Okay, so don't worry. If you go to if you select the project, you can select the iOS deployment target. Here you support older versions. Okay, here you say only devices have iOS 13.6 and above can use my app. You can change it to iOS 11, for example. Okay, it's your call. However, if Apple introduces new features for a new iOS, it won't be available on the older versions. So you have to think about it. Now go back to main.storyboard and select the view controller. Okay, as you can see, if I click here, there is no selection. If I click on the view controller, voila, you can customize. For example, if you click here, you have different options. You can change the color and so on. Okay. If you select learn more label, the options will change because this is attribute inspector. You can change, you can customize, you can configure your label. For example, let's increase the font. Very easy, right? You can change it and so on. So this is it for the introduction to Xcode. In the upcoming video, I will give you an introduction to Swift programming language. Thank you for watching and see you next time.